Can you guys hear me now? Oh, hey, Levi. I'm good, thank you. Can somebody just can somebody just tell me that they could definitely hear me in chat? I'm trying to get There we go. Yeah, so I've got the stream open on the screen, and yeah, audio is definitely working, which is fantastic. We love to hear it. But yeah, it seems to be okay. So I'm not actually going to be playing Mass Effect, which sounds very bizarre, very stupid. I'm just going to be playing, I don't know, MW2 just for a bit, because I'm really just not in like a Legendary Edition mood. I'm in one of those where, you know, I've had quite a long day myself, so like I don't really want to, I guess like get into an RPG. Do you know what I mean, guys? Where like you don't really want to be in like one of those massively, because for me, like RPGs, especially Mass Effect, it's a long commitment. You're talking hundreds of hours, and for me, I have to be in a mood for it. And I don't get me wrong, I love Mass Effect. Mass Effect 2 is, in my opinion, a complete masterpiece. Mass Effect 2 is one of my favourite games of all time. But I don't know if you guys agree with me on that, but Mass Effect 2 is mucho excelente. But yeah, no, how's everyone doing? I'm all good. All good. Why is it like suddenly zoomed into a character? I've got no idea. I'm actually. Oop, there we go. Just. Fair enough. I don't touch Call of Duty anymore. I used to love COD back in the day, like we're talking, like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1. Honestly, Black Ops 3, I think, is one of my most played games of all time. I don't even want to get into the amount of hours I've put into Black Ops 3 Zombies. I think it's in the thousands. I'm not gonna lie, it's just quite bad. But yeah, if anybody didn't check out the stream yesterday, I played a brand new game that's come out called Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. It's basically an indie game that is very much in the style of like early PS1, PS2, like Dreamcast era titles. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna go with the I know it as the Scar H. I've gotten no idea. See, this is how like not up to date with the current CODs I am. I don't know half of the guns' names other than like the base ones. So for anyone watching, this is like the launch event, trailer event for the next Modern Warfare, well, the rebooted Modern Warfare 3, which I've already played this before. Basically, all you have to do is it's like PvE, PvP. Well, it's more PvE. You drop into a map and you've got to like collect gas, and you've got to shut down missiles and stuff. So it's quite good. I think it's okay, at least.
Thank you, General. This is an airborne to ground assault on the Coney-occupied
I'm just sorting out my microphone settings on my. I'm currently playing on PS5. If anyone hasn't guessed so far, there we go. So I literally had it deafening in my headset. But yeah, no. How's everyone doing? If anyone is there, hello, is anyone there? But yeah, I'm going to be talking Mass Effect today. I'm really excited. This is my first ever stream where I'm just talking Mass Effect. So if anyone's got any questions regarding Mass Effect 4 / Mass Effect 5, let me know.
You will take over your assigned launcher.
Thanks, Woodside. Question: what was your favourite Mass Effect run? Like, are you a soldier? Are you a sniper? I've got some of the names. No, it's okay. There's quite a lot of there's quite a lot of classes. To be fair, in my first playthrough, like I went soldier mainly, just because I don't like when I first play a game. I sort of go like the vanilla class that you can go, which is soldier. But I quite like Biotic. I really do. In Mass Effect, in my sort of second playthrough for Legendary Edition, I did Biotic. Then in Mass Effect Andromeda, I also did sort of a Biotic one as well. Yeah, Pink Panther Sentinel's quite good as well. Levu, you know, like, yeah, I'm playing COD just because I wanted something like, you know, just quick I could jump into, something chill that I can talk to you guys with. I will be streaming Mass Effect at some point. I've got no idea where the hell my squad's going, but hello Pink Panther, so I was about to say hello, but hi everyone. Yeah, I do like, oh shit, that drop. Yeah, no, I really like Biotic. I think it's just because I love, you know, like in RPGs, like I always go, if I'm, like if I'm playing an RPG, I'll always go like magic user, mage class, that sort of thing really, but I'm gonna drop over here. I don't know if this is a good decision, bad decision or what. You guys get to see how bad I am at COD now, because to be honest, I used to be very good, and then stopped playing for a while, but yeah, PvE has always been my jam in games. I've never really been a big multiplayer person. I used to play like COD and Battlefield with my friends, but that was literally only just because my friends would play it. Like, I'm not really like, you know, I don't know, I much prefer RPGs. When I was younger, I was like all about, you know, like Halo, Black Ops. I grew up with the original Halo games, and I absolutely adore Halo. I'm just gonna pick that up. So I've got a question for you guys. I don't know why I'm wording it like this, but where is everybody? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh! I love it, like in FPS games where like you do that, or you have to like quickly switch between. Oh yeah, definitely. I agree. Mass Effect 2 is the best. Mass Effect 1, I think, is a gem in of its own right. I think Mass Effect 1 is a very unique experience because obviously it was the first Mass Effect, and you know, it's got all the merit for being the first Mass Effect. Obviously, in my opinion, Mass Effect 1 has loads of issues in terms of just general gameplay, but I don't think it's the game's fault. I think, like I said, it is just mainly because it's the first Mass Effect. But Mass Effect 2 just sort of came along and it just knocked through the door. Like, Mass Effect 1 had brilliant characters, brilliant universe, brilliant story, but in my opinion, the gameplay is where it sort of lacks the most. Although I love Mass Effect 1. Like, it comes across as me bashing Mass Effect 1. I love Mass Effect 1, and would have to say it again. But, like I said, I think it's just because it is the first game. You know, they really did struggle developing it, and then Mass Effect 2 just came through, and oh my god, Mass Effect 2 is just, it is brilliant. It is in, I'd say, top 5 games I've ever made of all time. I don't know where I'd rank it. I don't know if that's a video for me to do in the future, because that is a very sort of difficult video to make, in my opinion. Where we go, ooh! All up. All up. I always find like this is why I don't really live stream, like ever, because I always find it difficult to talk when I'm playing games, but I should have gotten something a bit more chill, like Minecraft maybe. I don't know where I'm being shot from. I'm being shot from somewhere. I think we're just waiting for that one to be done over there, but I may as well just chill here, to be honest, unless, because I don't really fancy trekking all the way there, unless hitch a ride from this dude. But and then obviously Mass Effect 3 had the problem of, personally, I don't think Mass Effect 3's ending was as bad as everyone says it is. I understand the frustration though. It's not a perfect ending. And I think, in my opinion, Mass Effect 3, if Mass Effect 3 had a good ending, but also it's a little hard to hear me, is it? Do I... Hang on. Is that any better? I've changed the audio slightly on my end. That should have made the game sound lower and my voice higher, question mark. So as I said, this is my second ever live stream, and this is my first ever live stream from my PS5. So I've got no idea. I'm currently working out the kit. But yeah.
We're picking up a radiation signature from the blast. Securing the bunker may take some time.
Sort of chilling at the minute, but yeah, if somebody could let me know, audio-wise, that would be great. Just because I do want to. You know, I do want to get that sorted, so again, if someone could tell me, that'd be great. But, yeah, so this is the bit now where we've got to, like, get gas canisters and basically exfil them. And I really like this, I know, like, you know, Call of Duty. Which one of your favourite, oh, okay, like, oh, that's a good question, that is. Samson, I've got to like squint to view the chat on my screen. I should really change that. But okay, so best ranking all the Mass Effect games. Worst to best. Worst Andromeda. Imagine if I'd come out here and be like Mass Effect 1, and it's having to be like my little career ended in one foul swoop. No, it's Mass Effect Andromeda. I don't hate Andromeda. I recently did a video on it. If you guys want to go check that out. It's an interesting game, to say the least. I don't think... There we go. So we've got a gas canister. We've got to take it for exfil, I believe. But yeah, Andromeda. Then, do you know what? I am going to be a bit controversial here. Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 3, then Mass Effect 2. Like I've said already in the stream, Mass Effect 2 is a work of art. It should be in a museum somewhere. Mass Effect 3 I loved because I felt as though it was Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2 are two different experiences, but Mass Effect 3 was almost the bridge between them in my opinion, in terms of storytelling, gameplay, cinematic, etc. But yeah, I don't know, but yeah, Andromeda has its issues. It's just nowhere near the same level as the original trilogy. Mass Effect 1 has teething issues, but only because it's the first game, not because it's a bad game by any means. Mass Effect 1 has an amazing story, creating and world building a universe, and then Mass Effect 2 almost feels like I don't know, it feels like I don't know if you guys agree with, like a spy thriller, sort of, because obviously, you know, you're being a Spectre and whatnot. And it just feels a lot more... I don't know, it felt like it had a lot more passion in it, Mass Effect 2. Oh, my gas mask is dying. I need to head on out or else I will go down. I'm going to peg it back, essentially. And then Mass Effect 3, in my opinion, Mass Effect 3 had the better moments, as in, like, set pieces. Like, when I think of Mass Effect moments, most of the moments I think of are from Mass Effect 3, so obviously curing the genophage, Tuchanka in general, really, like they go through the ruins. Brannock is one of my favourite, you know, set pieces in the entire series. You know, taking down the actual Reaper, and going to Festia as well, and doing all the stuff for the Proteans. Also, the final sort of run on Earth, I really liked as well. But where Mass Effect 3 lets itself down is, again, it's just the ending. It's just... they did have the unsurmountable task... Oh, whoops, actually, this one. of trying to essentially do the entire trilogy and end it, because the problem with ending Mass Effect is you have way too many choices, way too many branching pathways. They would have to, the only way that they could do it is similar to Telltale's The Walking Dead, where season 2, where they ended that, they had to essentially create like 4 endings and then have like 4 various. God knows where the next Mass Effect game is going to start, if it is essentially Mass Effect 4 in these locations. Because how on earth they're going to get the story, like, you know, like, basically, where the hell is that game going to pick off from? Because what if they have to find a way. They've got 2 avenues, basically. They either make a canon ending, so Perfect Destroy, Synthesis, Control, whatever, or they make each ending and then have, like, just somehow getting into the new game. But the problem I have with that is if they get all 4 endings into the new game and then just create, like, 1 entry point for the new story. What? That wasn't lagging, I think so I was pushing forward like a, got a gas canister in there. Are there enemies about? Because I've actually got a precision airstrike, and I would very much like to use it. I'm gonna pop it down, like, oh, is that dropping over? I'm gonna... Oh, that was quick. Well, I did this yesterday for like 5 minutes. Oh, can I get up? Thank you. Which path are you more interested in? Paragon, Renegade? I'm always a Paragon guy. I will pick Paragon because I'm a very conscious person about how I act. I don't really like disappointing people. I will pick Renegade if it's like the, I guess, quote unquote, jokey and like playthrough, like, you know, where you like punch the reporter and everything, but yeah. What I was going to say to you guys now, but oh, I don't know, that's really put me off. I had a train of thought then. It's been one of those days, like, I've got, you know, when you're thinking of something, but then you go, oh god. By the way, how is the audio quality, guys? Because I'm on a different headset. Andromeda had good gameplay with Jetpack, but the story wasn't that good. Yeah, the story was a massive letdown for me. The biggest letdown of story were the squad mates and the villain enemies in general. I thought the Kett were virtually, they may as well have not been there. I thought it was like bargain bin discount Reaper collectors. Like they were dreadful. By the way, this is, I guess, a spoiler for the ending of this event, but you know, you wouldn't, something to do, isn't it? But yeah, Andromeda's gameplay, I would actually, again, this is going to get controversial, so your die-hard OG trilogy Mass Effect fans, cover your ears. I actually really like the gameplay audio is a bit loud to hear your voice. Thank you. I am working on it.
Hey, who are you talking to?
I should be able to. Where is? Hang on a minute. I wonder if it, like, I have no idea if it's going to take me into my menu, so I apologise, but I am just going to quickly just go into settings and just check the audio, just to make sure it's what is going on. See, it doesn't really sound, it doesn't really, like, seem as if there's, like, a massive, is it just microphone? How about that? Is that any better? Can I skip this? No. Is that any better, guys? I have tweaked the audio. Question mark. If somebody could tell me. Oh, this is going to be a great one. Audio's great, but a little hard to hear you over the game. I'm sorry, I should have really got this sorted, but like I said, it's my second ever stream, and like I said yesterday in the first ever stream, there's going to be lots of teething issues until I get it sorted out. Can I skip this? Because I've already seen this 10 million times, I don't really need to see it again. This is basically the trailer for Modern Warfare 3, which seems very odd because Modern Warfare 2 feels like it only just came out. I think it only came out last year.
Incoming, if you are there, get out.
Kill civilians. Visual on target.
But yeah, going back onto Mass Effect is in the next Mass Effect game. Yeah, by the way, guys, is the audio any better? I have tweaked about in my settings really quickly just to... I've basically turned my microphone levels all the way up and the game audio down a little bit, so it's hard to do. I find if I was on PC, I would just sort of tweak it, try to lower the sound in the game menu. I've got no idea how to do that on PS5. This is an absolute train wreck. Capture options. Is it in there? Of course not. See, if I go into like broadcast settings, it's basically just can I mute myself, can I display the chat? It's just gonna be half an hour of me doing audio settings, isn't it? This is. Again, really do apologise. I'll be 2 seconds. We'll try it once more. I'm just going to go into the sound settings, so microphone, audio output. Maybe if I go like as stupid as it sounds in game. So if I go to audio, master volume. Is there like a shooting range that I can just test out like sound with? I have no idea. Oh, firing range. Lovely. Hang on, let's test this. Is that any better, guys? I've turned up my audio and down the game audio. It's going to really confuse me if I ever play this like in my own time. See, this is why I prefer correct. So, wait, so Levu, this is are you saying correct for the audio or correct for? I will get on to Retro Video. I will get onto your theory or whatever you've put in the chat in a second. The sound is much better. Thank you. There we go. we got there in the end. We got there in the end. But yeah, I'm just gonna pop. I don't know what to play. Actually, yeah. I kind of wanted to get into like a regular game. Is that? Can you play Shipment if you've just got Warzone installed? I think you can. It's getting me this far, but cool. You get to see how bad I am at COD multiplayer because I barely touch it, to be honest. So Mass Effect 4 theory: what if the SFX crew are assigned to investigate who is killing workers at these Element Zero mines and taking up raw mineral? On the Geth outline poster, it actually looks like some Element Zero buried down in the ground. Also, huge Mass Effect relay. Seems like it'd be a lot of Element Zero in function. Yeah, that's correct. I mean, in the poster, I've sort of covered this, but I have actually covered Element Zero in like a very past video. I can't remember if it was last year or start of this year when I covered it. But okay, that was a fun one straight away. This is why I forget that Shipment is just pure chaos. It's just going to be. Oh wow. Again, I've not played Call of Duty in such a long time, so I'm probably just going into these games getting blasted straight away. Do you know what? I'm going to actually go into just like a normal game, because I feel like if I go into Shipment, I'm just going to be absolutely just dunked on. Can I play ? Can I play Ground War? Do I need... so I don't have multiplayer installed because I don't really fancy... I guess I'll just go back into Warzone then, maybe play some of that. I was going to put some... I've got some like Andromeda gameplay. I was just going to put that in the background, but I kind of wanted to play and talk at the same time, if that makes sense. So, Warzone. Is it just not on the... Oh, there we go. Battle Royale. Do I have to really go through another menu? Battle Royale solos. Start. Again, yeah, I just wanted something like chill that I could play in the background, talk to you all. Hey everyone coming in. Thank you so much for checking the stream out. So on the Geth poster, that is such an interesting poster because not only does it have the SFX ship, which we are currently dubbing as the new squad ship, ? Either that or it's the vehicle, like the shuttle that would take you from your social spaceship to a planet. But again, we don't know. And it's got actual characters on there, and it's got dead Geth, and it's got a planet which looks like it has deposits of something, whether it's element 0 or whatever else it could be. But again, we're going to have to wait and see. The problem with the next Mass Effect game is that a lot of people don't realise, especially newer fans that are just sort of getting into the hype train, quote unquote, it's a ways off. It is in pre-production, which means we're looking at possibly 2026 release date, which is makes me cry every time I say it. And as a content creator who has I've enjoyed making Mass Effect 4 news videos because I've gotten into, I'm got to be completely truthful with you guys. I don't know if this is going to turn you guys off that are more like loyal, like OG fans. I've only been a Mass Effect fan since probably late 2019 because I'd played Mass Effect 1 back in the day, hated it, couldn't stand it. I couldn't get past the Citadel because when I played it when I was a lot younger, I just didn't really like it all that much. And then I played Mass Effect 1 during 2019 going into the first lockdown. I loved it. I really fell in love with Mass Effect. Played Mass Effect 2, absolutely loved Mass Effect 2. Like I said, Mass Effect 2 is a masterpiece. Played Mass Effect 3, loved it. Played Andromeda, I enjoyed Andromeda, I didn't love it. I did actually enjoy Andromeda. It does have, like a lot of sort of bad... It does have a lot of bad things with it. Again, the squad mates aren't great. Like, I think Liam Costa is my least favourite squad mate out of all 4 games, which is really saying something. Can't stand Mass Effect 1 and always skip it. Like, see, the problem with that, though, is that you miss out on a lot of choices that then impact Mass Effect 2 and 3. And I feel like when you actually get into it, Mass Effect 2 and 3, it does impact your experience a little bit, in my opinion. That's why I always tell people you've got to play the whole trilogy. But this is how good the Mass Effect trilogy is, in my opinion, as a standalone experience. I've got a friend who literally just plays Call of Duty, FIFA, and like Apex Legends, those sort of games, like Battlefield. He's not really a big gamer, but he does play, like Warzone and things like that. Whereas I'm more of I play JRPGs, I play all sorts. I play puzzle games, rhythm games, Pokemon, Sonic, Mario, Mass Effect, Fallout, Skyrim, all the rest of it. I play retro games, I play new games, I play mobile games sometimes, but not really a whole lot. But and then he played Mass Effect 1. Again, it took him like a few hours to get into it, but once he did, he couldn't put it down, and he ended up finishing all 4 games back to back, which is what I did. And I think those fans that are, experiencing the Legendary Edition for the first time are going to be, and then finding out, oh my god, there's a next Mass Effect game? They're making a new one? And then they get into the hype train, and then they find out, when you do all this research on like a game you're excited for, then you find out, oh god, it's months and months and months away. Ooh, can we... I haven't... So I've had to turn down the game audio, which is going to harpen my playing experience, because I'm very audio aware person, especially in COD, when it can be the matter of life and death. Mortar Strike, yes please, love this. Again, I haven't played much of MW2, but I remember liking this submachine gun. What we got here? It's very weird. I've been playing on PC recently, and I'm now playing on console, and it's. I don't know if you guys have the same issue, but it is taking me a while to readjust, which is weird because I usually play on console. If I'm being perfectly honest, like I've grown up with PS2. I hear something exploding. God knows what that was. I think I'm just gonna like carry on down here. Maybe you guys get to see how truly bad I am at this. This was the wrong game to pick showcase, but exactly. Yeah, I think it is. I think in my opinion, because I will admit I have had a few sort of what I'd call sort of ultra Mass Effect fans, like elitist Mass Effect fans, who like. I do get the odd comment where it's like, I think I've mentioned it a couple of times on the channel where I've said, I've started playing since 2019, and that does sort of rub some people the wrong way, which, okay, yeah, I can understand, you might think, I think everyone has that with that, favourite series, like, I started playing in 2009, or I remember when the first Mass Effect launched, that's cool. But I think, in my opinion, having all of these different experiences as a community is great because you can come into it. Again, it shows how good the trilogy is because it shows the entry point is all over the place. There's probably people in this chat, or at least have watched my videos at some point, that have only started playing since Andromeda. And I think that's also because there was a bit of a gap between 3 and Andromeda, and then now there's even a bit like an even bigger gap between Andromeda and quote unquote Mass Effect 4. By the way, I know this is like, if anyone wants to settle the debate in the comments, do you guys think it's Mass Effect 4, Mass Effect 5, Andromeda 2, which sounds really weird to say. I've just been in here, haven't I? Actually, what we got? Go on then. Do love a good AK. Do you guys think it's 4, 5, Andromeda 2, or a new subtitle? Personally, if I'm being honest, I think it's going to be a new subtitle. I think it's going to be like Mass Effect. I don't know. What would be a cool subtitle for Mass Effect? Mass Effect 4 Electric Boogaloo. Mass Effect 4 Morden's Revenge. Mass Effect 4 The Tales of Conrad Werner. What an absolute game that would be. We just play as Conrad Werner. Mass Effect 4 New Dawn, or just Mass Effect New Dawn. I like that. I actually really like that. I'm going to get the next Mass Effect game regardless. But I think the only way that I wouldn't get a new Mass Effect game is if it was just completely like rebooted to the point where it's not even Mass Effect. If that makes sense. Can I head up there? Because obviously I can't mantle up here. Oh, am I? Okay, I'm going to trek it back this way. So I want to go for that loadout drop there. Mass Effect. Trying to think of cool names. I thought of Animal Crossing. That was like Mass Effect New Horizons. That would actually be a good name. Cerberus Strikes Back. Yeah, I like that. Spotted? The fuck spotted me? Oh, sorry. Whoa. Pardon my French. Yeah, I do try not to swear in my videos, but my excuse is I am British. Therefore, I swear. It is something we do. It's something that a lot of people do. Someone has just shot at me. I did just see a bullet then. Cool. Oh no, you can I think it's if you do like challenges, you can activate those things, can't you, on the map where like it's like a mini UAV. Circle closing. Where? Okay, so we'll head this way then. I have Legend. I have actually done a romance tier list. It's already on the channel. I did it as a Valentine's Day special, where I'm really against using AI. I think it's good if you want to mess about, you know, make memes and share them with your friends. Well, not someone just shot me. That's a bit. Right, we're gonna head out the back then. Gonna head over this way just really quick. There's also somebody over here. Oh! Run, run, run! Ah! Armor up, armor up, armor up. 1, 2, 3. Peg it, lad. Yeah, Miranda, I'm not gonna lie, I was very tempted to romance Miranda, but then if I don't want to spoil it, but all I'll say is it's not nowhere near as good as some of the others. I think Mass Effect 2's romance with Miranda is as good as it gets. Am I back to where I started? Well, I've got to be honest, I'm going to go this way regardless, because I did just get lit up. I feel very ill-equipped. I've been in here, I've now collected this and then head off. I am very much, when I'm playing Battle Royales, I do like to collect a whole load of items, just to buff myself as much as I can. And then I'll start engaging. Weirdly enough, though, it's a game that I'm very ashamed of being good at. Fortnite. I would say I'm very good at Fortnite. I'm a lot better than sort of a lot of my friends, and it's something that I'm not happy about at all, because it's not really something that I want to be good at. But yeah, there you go, there you go. But yeah, I'm not good at Call of Duty anymore. I used to be back in the day. But yeah, no, the best romance, in my opinion, I mean, I'm biased because she is best girl. There is no competition. Wink, wink, wink. Is Tali. I think Tali is a little sweet ragamuffin, and if she does come back in the next Mass Effect, I will be ecstatic. Liara is a good romance. Garrus is a good romance. I think, like, I'm not saying Miranda's a bad romance. She's just there's just other options. That's all I'll say. I don't want to, you know, spoil it for. But going back to the next Mass Effect game, I'm gonna tell you guys what I think is going to happen. Ooh. Right, hang on. Do I get up high? Is the question. I think is yes. I'm being hunted. Go prone here. I'm gonna have a little look. See. Oh, I got an assist. Oh, the only problem with that is they would have seen where my bullet trail was. I have no idea. So, can I ping that person? Is that a thing I can? I don't know how I. We're gonna just camp here for a little second and see if we can get them. Aha! I think he's got like a skin on where I can see there's somebody else shooting at them. Like, oh no, I didn't want to. Oh look. Aha. I'll probably just give myself away. I'm gonna actually bolt it this way. Hope for the best. I am a very cautious player in Battle Royales, that's why I do tend to sort of survive quite long into a game. But yeah, no, I do. It's one of those where like I'll either rack up loads of kills, or like I'll be ultra aggressive if I've like got a good start into a game, or I'll just be super cautious. Like, if I'm playing with my friends, then I will be super cautious. Where's the circle? I'm a bit cautious because it's very open here, and obviously it's going over there. But alright, so the next Mass Effect game, this is what's going to happen. I'm calling it now. It's going to be Mass Effect 4. Either that or a new subtitle, but it is going to be Mass Effect 4, if that makes sense. It's going to take place 3 to 4 years after the ending of Mass Effect 3. Ooh. I also saw somebody else there, so we're going to let them serve. Anything in here? Yeah, we'll take that. Oh, actually, what's... now we'll take that. That's a bit better. I am a bit cautious of the fact that I'm not playing. I'm with low sound, just like I'm used to sound lowering. But yeah, I do think it'll be Mass Effect 4. I do think a lot of the old crew members that they can get will return. I don't think they will recast anyone. I do believe they will try and get everyone available. But if I were. Oh, actually, do you know what? I kind of want to... I'm going to go with that. Oh my god, it's because I'm mantled over. Oh, dear, that was terrible. Right, we're in the gulag. I kind of wish I had played Mass Effect now. I mean, I can quickly switch over. But, or maybe that's a stream for another time. Oh, that was close. We'll take it. What if a new character leading the team? Oh, sorry, I'll actually get on to my point. I think we're playing as a brand new protagonist. It's not going to be Shepard. And the game is essentially going to be us with Liara hunting down Shepard. Not as in like trying to kill them. But I do think it will be us trying to find Shepard. I do think it'd be a really cool idea if they did, where I've talked about in my videos, where they do a power vacuum, where after Mass Effect 3, the Council is essentially forced to effectively... They're having to hire more sort of mercenaries and things like that, because the galaxy, after the Reaper War, is now planets, entire territory, entire sectors are up for grabs, and it will be, food is scarce, water is scarce, element zero is scarce, and it's, I think there will be a new faction, but I think Liara will return, I think Garrus will return, I think Tali will return, I think Miranda will return, but not as a squad mate. I do think she will just be there. I don't know about Joker, because it's Seth Green. I think if Joker returned, they would have to recast Seth Green. I can't see him. I cannot see him coming back. I'd very much like it, because I think he does an amazing job. See, if you like, I'm not a big fan of Family Guy, but yeah, I believe Shepard dead. Yeah, personally, I prefer something new. I don't mind if it's a continuation. I don't mind if it's as close, but I think so. Like what happened with Seth Green, it's just because, like Dan, I think with Seth Green, it's been that long. What it's been? Oh God, when did Mass Effect 3 launch? We're probably talking. Was it 2011 or 2012? Mass Effect 3. I think it was 2011, wasn't it? So we're talking over a decade. But yeah, Seth Green, I think he's only doing Robot Chicken, ? I don't know what he's actually doing as a whole, but again, it depends, because I think BioWare are in a state at the moment where their next two games are make or break. I think if Mass Effect and Dragon Age fail, I do think that's BioWare done. I don't think that's, like as in shut down, but I do think they'll be relegated to doing something else, because they've had Dragon Age Inquisition, Andromeda, Anthem. Inquisition, I've only played a little bit of it, but everyone that I've heard has said it's very good. Hardcore Dragon Age fans that I'm friends with have said it's not the best game in the series, but it's still alright. Andromeda, I would sort of agree with that and say I do think the launch was not disastrous, but I think it was more the facial animations and the general story of the enemies. I do think everything else was good. I do think the graphics are still good to this day. I think the gameplay generally is pretty good. It's, again, not as good in my opinion as what came before it, but hey. In terms of the next Mass Effect game, BioWare and Dragon Age Dreadwolf, it needs to be a slam dunk. It needs to be a home run for BioWare. It can't just be, oh, it's like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, it's okay. It cannot. It's two things. It cannot launch in an unfinished state. Okay, if it's more open world and it's got a few bugs here and there, that's fine. Every game launches with some bugs. No game launches perfect. But it can't launch in a state where people are making memes online and absolutely blasting it. I think the best example of a AAA game to date is Cyberpunk 2077. I think Cyberpunk is the worst launch of a video game of all time, to the point where I've never seen anything like it, which I actually did pre-order the game. So for me, it was it was a bit upsetting, but I do think in regards to the next Mass Effect, though, I think they're going to go back to basics. I think they're going to look at Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 3, and they're going to use those games as a basis and effectively just do Mass Effect 4, because that is the safe bet. Dragon Age Dreadwolf will be really telling of what they're doing next, because a lot of those assets, a lot of the engine and everything like that will be reused. I know people are like, they might be using Unreal 5. Dragon Age Dreadwolf, I'd almost put money on it. I'd almost put my life on it. A lot of those assets are being reused because they did the exact same thing with Inquisition and Andromeda. And yeah, I will play Inquisition at some point. I'm going to do a video on. I'm currently playing through Origins, but other things have taken me away from it, such as yesterday with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, and I'm currently playing through Final Fantasy 16. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I wish I could do more videos on the channel, but unfortunately, they just don't do as well as Mass Effect, which is fair enough. But yeah, Mass Effect is going to be a really interesting one. Dragon Age. I think if Dragon Age Dreadwolf comes out and it's disastrous, like if it comes out and it's one of the worst BioWare games ever, then BioWare could be in trouble. Like, the next Mass Effect game, regardless, has to be good. It has to be great, even. The community, as well as the gaming industry at large, haven't forgot about Andromeda. They haven't forgot about Anthem. Anthem was... I don't even know what happened there. It was it's the same old story, AAA, of it's a AAA live service game where the live service isn't good enough and fails. And if you're a live service game, the most important thing you want to do is make sure that your live service is good. You want people to come back, you want people to spend money, and I think one of the only games that has been able to do that successfully is Destiny. I mean, yes, Destiny is all over the place in terms of quality throughout Destiny 1, Destiny 2 and all the expansions, but at least it's been consistent enough to where it's kept a player base for almost 10 years. Can you guys imagine if they did like a live service Mass Effect game? God forbid. I wonder, honestly, I wouldn't mind if the next Mass Effect game had multiplayer, as long as it's like a horde mode. If it's basically Mass Effect Andromeda's multiplayer, where it's stripped down, it's just like a horde mode, I wouldn't mind that. If it's something akin to Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3's horde mode, I actually wouldn't mind that at all. I wouldn't play much of it. I would do videos, I would cover it, but yeah, I wouldn't play it religiously like I will with the campaign, the actual story. But yeah, my wish list is a bit different to what I think. I thought it was an enemy. I'd love BioWare to do all sorts with the next Mass Effect game. Personally, I'd like something new. I guess this is bordering on fanfic territory here, but I would like it if BioWare did do, I don't know, something like... I'd really like it if they somehow bridged Mass Effect Andromeda, Mass Effect 3, together. But I know that would be very messy with the timeline, because obviously they're 600 years apart. I have no idea how BioWare would even go about doing that. To be honest, there are theories. I've done videos on them. There are the Geth telescope and Element Zero and all sorts of other things as well. There was where is it? Cluster mine. Cool. I'll take that. Mass Effect 3 multiplayer was so fun. Waves of enemies, boss battles, making everyone reach the extraction point. Yeah, I mean, Andromeda virtually had the same multiplayer from what I remember. I actually played Andromeda multiplayer recently for the video I did. Was it earlier in the month or late last month? I can't remember when I did my Andromeda in 2023 video, but I really enjoy Horde mode game types. Something like, if you guys have played the original MW3, if you guys remember Spec Ops Survival mode, I actually really enjoyed that back in the day as well. Alright, so we've got ooh, is there a vehicle nearby? Now, I have no idea if I've got copyrighted music playing in this truck, because on COD... I hope not. Can I get out this way, question mark? No. Are we actually going to do proper driving in a Call of Duty where we reverse and then... This is the most boring Call of Duty footage anyone's probably ever watched. I've got to go past all these enemies now, haven't I? Got to get on this bridge. I've got this dude shooting me. Thanks a lot, dude. Oh, this truck is really hard. It's like driving... Is that another player, question mark? If so, why? Oh, is that... I don't know. Is enemies okay? I was going to say, I got very confused then. I was like, why the hell are they... let's book it. In terms of the next Mass Effect game, though, I just want good graphics. I want a well-written story. I want old squad mates, new squad mates. I really don't want it just to be purely Garrus, Tali, Liara, and the old crew, and only the old crew, because I think that would be such a waste. BioWare have got all of these alien races, which are, oh my god, I was probably one bullet away from dying then. But in terms of the next Mass Effect game, I do want some new squad mates, definitely some new friendly faces. See, the thing is, Eve, I actually loved Cyberpunk. I actually really liked it. I didn't love it. I did really like it. I did unfortunately play it on console though, and at launch I had basically 10 million crashes. I had all sorts of bugs, glitches, and all the rest. And yeah, it's just not at launch. I do agree. I think it is the worst launched game of all time. Just the state that I think, although I think if it had launched in a very good state, sort of how it has now, like, because obviously they've re-released different versions and updates and done loads of bug fixes and whatnot. I think that the game would actually do really well. I think it would have been classed as this just amazing game that everyone loved. I'm going to pop this here. I don't know if that's a good thing, bad thing, an in-betweeny thing. But yeah, no, I liked Andromeda. Sorry, Andromeda. So I was talking about Mass Effect. I really did like Cyberpunk. I did. The funny thing was, I actually 100%ed Cyberpunk, and then got a full refund for it. Ow! What just happened? I'm actually... What on earth just happened? I just had... Did a player just run me over? Oh, hang on. Whoa. Let me... For those who are just joining the stream, thank you. We are talking Mass Effect 4/5, whatever the next game is going to be called. Mass Effect 4... Conrad Werner's armpit. I don't know what you'd call the next game. I'm just... The thing is, I know like Calla, Elizabeth, and a load of the others go on about it being Mass Effect 5, and I do see, for example, in both trailers, the metadata, the actual metadata of the trailer, meaning the code, in the code it actually says Mass Effect 5. I'm pretty sure it says Mass Effect 5 or SFX 5, which, you know, you can't really ignore that, but at the same time, I think Mass Effect 5 is a bit confusing in of itself because Andromeda is technically a spin-off, but Mass Effect Andromeda, a lot of people either don't know this or forgot. Mass Effect Andromeda was internally, as well as metadata, it was called Mass Effect 4. And again, a lot of people, when Andromeda, before Andromeda even came out, were calling it Mass Effect 4, so I don't know. I don't have a clue what we call. I only call it Mass Effect 4 because that's the. Actually, I'm going to get another gas mask. Mine's dying. Nice. My cluster mine just got somebody. See, I did put it. I put it there on purpose. I am just going to pick up. Is that any different or? Okay. If I go back to the chopper. Is there one here? Oh, lovely, lovely jubbly. Going to get on a dirt bike. Oh god, this is so tricky to control on console. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. If you were a gas canister, boys, girls, everyone else, where would you be? I imagine. Oh, is this just like other end of the cave? Is it? Okay. Well, we've gone from one end of the cave to the other. How many gas canisters do we need? Oh wow, we need a lot. Okay, I'm gonna book it back. Mass Effect 4 is going to be awesome, I think. I've got this feeling that BioWare are going to do well. I actually get a lot of comments telling me, like, oh, I've given up with BioWare. And it's like, no, you haven't. I put those comments in. Okay, I know some people, fair enough. I do agree, like, you know, for some people, Andromeda, Anthem were the last straws. But for me, personally, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm dying. For me, oh, don't shoot. Oh my god, oh, this dude was literally like blocking me from moving. Go. I'm literally weaving from cover to cover. I forgot what I was saying. I've got no idea what I was saying, apologies, but Dreadwolf will be the indicator of what the game is going to be like. I think if Dreadwolf is good, then I think we're going to be in good hands, because not only that, BioWare will get more money, more resources to work on Mass Effect if Dreadwolf is good. If Dreadwolf is bad, it may go as far as, it depends on how long the project is, but it may go as far as EA actually cancelling the game. Personally, I don't think that will happen. I think that would only happen if something happened with BioWare. But Mass Effect it's a bit odd that they've chosen to do Dreadwolf first and then Mass Effect, because in my eyes, Mass Effect is BioWare's bread and butter. It is their best series. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take you. Looking for gas canisters. Okay, no, we're going to Axville. I mean, I could, if you guys wanted. I think I've got it installed on my PlayStation. I could quickly show you guys my Andromeda save data, or my playthrough rather. I'll just quickly finish this. I will have to just quickly pause the stream and then go do it that way, but I'm going to put a trophy system on here, because why not? Just watch it go round. Yeah, this mode's okay. I don't think I'm going to play it again. It's, I do like that it's PvE. I really do. I've heard that the next Zombies game is going to be massively multiplayer, sort of like how Outbreak was, which personally not a fan of. Personally, I prefer round-based zombie maps, but I kind of hope some of Andromeda comes over to... Yeah, I agree. I think the combat was really good. Yeah, Oddity, I really agree with that. I think Andromeda gets a lot of flack. A lot of people in the comments, I've made a couple of videos on the combat of Andromeda, what I'd bring across, what I wouldn't. And a lot of people say, like, oh, it's bad, combat bad. It's like, well, it's not. I love the fact that you are essentially, you're not just a soldier, you're not just a biotic, you're not just this, that. You are effectively a jack of all trades. You've got biotic, soldier, sentinel, everything. You can mix and match, which is great. Oh, I'll be a second, that's my doorbell. I'll be 2 seconds, guys, hang on.
Hey, who are you talking to?
Sorry about that, everyone. I have returned. I will actually. I'm trying to find my Andromeda case. Actually, that's a very good question. I've got no idea where it is. So, I don't know if anybody in the chat is looking forward to Modern Warfare 3. Personally, I'm not really too enamoured. It's one of those where I don't really enjoy the new Call of Duties that much. I will play Warzone with my friends if I just want some time to kill, or like this where I want it to be a bit of a chill stream. I'm trying to find my because I've actually got Andromeda both installed by Steam, and I've actually got it on PlayStation somewhere. There we are. So what I'm going to do... hey Sandro, hope you're having a good day. Well, to everyone really, I hope everyone's having an amazing day, and I hope everyone is cracking on. But I thought, I'd do something a bit different. I was thinking of having some, different gameplay, but I am going to switch to Andromeda gameplay just for like the next sort of segment. But yeah, we are talking, if anybody is new to the stream, we are talking Mass Effect 4, Mass Effect 5, Andromeda 2, question mark. I think if they do Andromeda 2, that's going to be really interesting. That, to me, would show... Got to ask, what would be your dream? So I've just briefly touched upon this. You've got the Tally, Vast Normandy in the chat. Tally, I gotta say, big fan. And I find that really cringy, but at the same time, not as in you, as in how I reacted. But yeah, I love Tally. But my dream Mass Effect 4 5, I think, would be a continuation of Mass Effect 3. So, like, 1 to 5 years later, or like 10 years later, but. It would be something new. It wouldn't just be Mass Effect 4. It wouldn't, it would feature, the fan favourites like Garrus, Tali, Liara, Miranda, whoever else, like, I don't know, maybe Rex, or Grunt as well, Joker, ED, but I really want, and I really hope they should do, a lot of new stuff. I want a lot of new squad mates. I want lots of new guns, items, class abilities, classes. I want new characters to fall in love with, and yeah, I agree. Tali is best space wife. I get a lot of people in my chat who big Miranda fans, big Liara fans, big Garrus fans, and that's all well and fine. But for me, like, I don't know, Tali's just like, I think the way she's written as both a friend and a romanceable option, I think she's brilliant. She's so real. I think Garrus, Tali. I'm trying to think. Liara, I think Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 3, more so than 2, because obviously she was sort of out of it for 2, other than the DLC, of course, but I think they are the best written characters, because they are so organic, so real. But yeah, we're going to switch over to Andromeda. I'll just be 2 seconds. Hello, sorry, it's just I'm just very quickly switching over to